Good morning, students. Welcome back to the classes of chemistry. Today, we're going to discuss the topic of the chapter 3, that is method of separation, separating mixtures. Okay, in our last class, we know what is the importance of separation in our life, because most of the substances that we obtain from the nature in the form of mixtures, and from their mixtures they have to obtain by using or involving certain kinds of techniques of separations, that is on the basis of their nature, actually the component of the natures. So on the basis of that, there are several methods, and we choose the methods on the basis of the nature of the components of the mixtures. Okay, in earlier classes we classify all the mixtures on the basis of their composition into homogeneous and heterogeneous, but mixtures can also be classified on the basis of their nature of the component of the mixtures, or the physical form of the components of the mixture, and on the basis of that we can divide the methods of separating mixture into two categories. First, the methods to separate solid from solid mixture, that means solid-solid mixture. And second one, the method of separate a liquid or solid from a liquid mixture. Okay, so first of all, we start with method to separate solid from solid mixture or solid-solid mixture. That means in that mixture both the components are solids. The first method that we choose for this is winnowing, and winnowing is the most common form of separations that is used by farmers to separate the grains from the husk, and it is based on the principles of the density of the substances, because grains are heavier than their husk. And in this method, generally the mixture of the grain and husk made to fall from a certain height in a windy conditions. Due to the lightness of the husk are carried away by the wind, and this way grains is separated from husk. The second method, the hand picking method, that is the most common method. These kinds of methods generally done in our houses. In hand picking method, we used to separate the solid component from another solid component on the basis of their numbers, on the basis of their sizes, on the basis of their colors. Okay, manually. For examples, now the rice that we purchase from the market contains different kinds of impurities like stones or husks. Okay, their numbers are in small, that is why they can be choose and picked out, and that is known as hand picking method. Third one, that is magnetic separations. A magnetic separation is a method of physical separations by which we can separate a magnetic solid component from a non-magnetic solid component by using electromagnet or magnet. In this method, we generally pass the magnet or electromagnet over the mixtures. On passing, the magnetic substances get attached or cling to the magnets, and the non-magnetic substance remains there, and this way we can separate the components of the mixtures. The next one, that is called sieving. It is another simple method, very common method. In every house, the sieves occurs as a household equipment, particularly in the kitchen. In sieving, we used to separate the two solids on the basis of their different sizes by passing the solids through the definite size of pores of the sieves. Okay, the next one, that is sublimation. Sublimation is another physical method of separations by which we can separate out sublimable solid components from a non-sublimable solid component on heating. Okay, for example, a mixture of ammonium chloride and sand, both are solid components, but when this mixture subjected to heat, ammonium chloride being a sublimable substance sublimates and separates out. Okay, that is all about the methods to separate solid from solid mixture, that means solid mixtures. Now we going to discuss about the methods to separate liquid or solid from a liquid mixtures. Okay. The first, that is sedimentation, and sedimentation is always followed by decantation. Now, what is sedimentation? Sedimentation is a simple physical method of separations. In this method or in this process, the insoluble solid present in a liquid gets settles down on their own due to gravitational pull. Okay, for examples, muddy water. When muddy water is placed in rest condition for a while, the insoluble mud particles, the heavier mud particles, settles down at the bottom on their own. That is called sedimentations. Okay. Now sedimentation is always followed by another process that is called decantation, because without decantations, sedimentations have no importance. Because after sedimentations, we have to separate both the component of the mixture by a process that is called decantation, and decantation is the process in which we actually pour or separate the supernatant clear liquid without disturbing the sediments. Okay. Next one, that is loading. Now, after sedimentation, only heavier insoluble solid particles present in liquid settles down their own, but the finer ones remain suspended in water. Okay, for this we employed another technique that is called loading. In loading, from outside we add certain chemical substances like calcium hydroxides or alum. Okay, on addition of calcium hydroxide or alum and agitating the mixture, whatever finer suspended particles, insoluble particles remains in water, they comes closer to each other and clings to each other. That results into the bigger molecules and heavier molecules, and due to their heaviness, they settle down their own. Okay, this way we can separate out all the insoluble solids present in liquids. The next one, that is filtration. Sometimes after sedimentation, decantation and loading, some insoluble impurities remain present in the liquid. That is removed by another process that is called filtration. And filtration is a simple physical method of separations by which we can separate out insoluble solids present in a liquid by passing the mixtures through a filter or muslin cloth, etc. On passing, the insoluble solids accumulates on the surface of the filter paper as a residue, and the water which is passed through the filter paper and collect in a pot that is called filtrate. Okay. The next one, the fluation. Fluation is another physical method of separations which is used by us to separate the lighter insoluble solids present in the liquid, like sawdust in water, can be separated by this method. It is called fluation. Next one, that is centrifugation. Okay, centrifugation is another method, a physical method by which we can separate the insoluble solids present in a liquid by moving the mixture, okay, at high speed in a circular motions. Okay, when the mixture in circular motions, whatever insoluble solid present in it accumulated at the center. Okay, for example, now by centrifugations we can separate the cream from the milk. When milk is subjected to a circular motion at high speed, the whatever cream present in it collects at the surface at the center, and being a lighter one, cream floats on the surface, and that can be removed very easily. Centrifugation is also known as churning. Okay, the next one, that is evaporation. Evaporation is a very common or simple method, a physical conversion method that is employed by us in the separations, and it is the method, a physical method of separations by which we can separate out the soluble solids from a liquid on heating the mixture. On heating, the liquid starts change over into its gaseous form and escapes out at any temperature below its boiling point. and only the solid component, the soluble solid component present in the container. For examples, by this method we can separate the component of the mixture like sugar water, sugar water and salt water, because they form their solutions. They cannot be separated by simple physical methods like fluation, okay, centrifugations, loading, sedimentation, etc., or filtration. That is why we choose this method. Next one, distillation. Distillation is actually combinations of two physical processes. One is evaporation, another one is called condensations. Actually, in evaporations, one of the component get lost into the atmosphere. But when we apply the distillation method, both the component of the mixture can be obtained after the separations. Okay, for example, now when we heat sugar water solutions, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius and get converts into it vapors and try to escape out. Okay, but if it made to pass through a condenser, the evaporated part of the water condensed into the liquid and can be collected in a distillate. Okay, so what is distillation? Distillation is a physical method of separations, which is a combination of two physical methods, evaporations and condensations, and by this method we can separate two liquid mixtures. Actually, the mixtures containing two liquids components, and it is based on the basis of their different boiling points. Okay, we can also separate the solid from a liquid by this method, but especially it is engaged in separating two liquids from a mixture on the basis of their different boiling points. Okay, the next one is the fractional distillation. The fractional distillation is just like a distillation method, but in this method we use a very high fractionating tower to separate more than two kinds of liquid in a mixtures. Okay, for example, the separations of different components of the petroleum from it, and it is carried out by the process like fractional distillation in the refineries on the basis of their different boiling points. Next one, separating funnel method. Separating funnel method is chosen for two liquid components which are not miscible into each other. That means two immiscible liquids. For example, liquids like water and oil. Because when they mix together, they form two separate layers, and that can be separated by a simple physical method, that is separating funnel method. Okay, next one, that is chromatography. Chromatography is the physical method of separations which is used by us to separate the component of the very small quantities of the mixtures containing substances which are soluble in a same liquid. Okay, and it is based on the principle of adsorptions. And what is adsorptions? Now, adsorption is the property of some substances. By virtue of it, that substances can hold gaseous molecules or liquid molecules on their surfaces for a little while. Okay, that is all for today in the methods of separating mixtures. I hope you will understand. Thank you.